gentlemen, it's been a while. I haven't vlogged any of my gym progress or my gym sessions for a very long time now, but I think it's finally time to take you with me to the gym. I'm going to hit chest, triceps and shoulders with my best friend Frederik, who is the founder of Rebuild Performance. I'm going to show you some of my sets to show you what exercises I'm going to do and what my focuses are, because I want to build some strength, some high quality muscle mass, and I want to execute every single exercise with the best possible form that I can, with as best of intensity that I can. So let's go to the gym. So my goals with this workout were to get as big of a stretch as possible on every single exercise in almost every single, if not every single rep that I made. And the focus here as well was also to have great intensity and to build on some strength. So in order to do that, I wanted to lift somewhat heavy weights that were challenging but not entirely impossible. And in order for me to have some reps here and there, maybe one rep in reserve, but mostly entirely, if not very close to failure on almost every single set. And I started off with an incline dumbbell press, which I typically don't really do a lot because I tend to prioritize other exercises that I really enjoy and feel a very deep stretch and stimulus in. But our goal here was to come all the way down as far back as possible and make the dumbbells touch our inner shoulder here, and then press very explosively upwards and then back down very slowly and get as far of a stretch as possible. This was such a fun exercise. It was very challenging and we ended up going very heavy in the end. As you can see on the screen, the top set in the end was with 28 kg on each side, and I know that might not be a lot of kilos for some of you out there, but for me personally, I think it was a great set. I think I got the most out of those reps and got a really big stretch, and the stimulus was very good. I had a very good pump. So overall, this was so fucking good. The next thing I did was some cable flies, and I love doing cable flies, but this set that you're watching here on the screen, I thought when I looked back that my form was looking kind of weird because it looked like I had my arms way down instead of having my arms here and then flying all the way forward. So it looked kind of awkward, but I made sure to adjust that after this clip, and I got very good stimulus. I was very fatigued because I took it to as far off a stretch as possible. I think if I were to demonstrate it, I was all the way back here, so you can see the muscle fibers really stretching, and then it was very difficult to come all the way to the top, but I did my best, and it was such a good way of executing them because the stimulus was incredible and I felt very strong here. And that was the 2 chest exercises we decided to do, and afterwards we only had one tricep exercise, and it was the standard tricep push down. It's a favorite of mine, and we tried to take it to a little bit of a heavy position where we started off with around 20 kg to get the blood flowing throughout our tricep and to get ready for this type of movement, from the pushing of the chest to the pushing of the tricep, if that makes sense. But we started off with 20s, and I went to a 27.2 kg push down for I think 5 reps or so. They were a little bit challenging and difficult, but I overall think that this was a very good workout here. Lastly, I came with some input and decided for us to have myo sets in this workout. So we started off with 12 kg dumbbells in each hand and decided to rep them out to as many reps as possible. And afterwards we had a set, and the goal here is to take an even more challenging weight that you cannot get the same type of reps of in just one set, and to rep them out as many times as necessary in order to get the same amount of reps with that increased, more challenging weight. So for example, in this clip here you see me having 14 kg dumbbells in each hand and performing lateral raises, and the goal here was to get 16 reps because in the previous set I got 16 reps with 12 kg dumbbells in each hand. So the goal here was to get to 16 reps no matter how long it took and no matter how many subsets I needed to do, and didn't matter how many pauses I needed. There were small pauses, but it doesn't matter. As long as you get the exact same reps, it counts. This is a great way of ensuring that you get some type of progressive overload, especially in the criteria of what people tend to call stubborn muscles. So the muscles that you might have that you think are very difficult to grow. For some people it's the bicep, for the majority of us guys it's going to be the calves, and for me, at least in my opinion, my shoulders are the muscles that I tend to think grow the least. So I wanted to really push them to the limit and get some type of progressive overload in there. So I decided to perform a myo set, and this was also so good. My shoulders were so tired at the end, and my friend approved of this technique of progressive overload. Have you tried myo sets before? Comment down below. I would love to see if you have, and if you haven't. So gentlemen, this was my very short push workout that was around 54-55 minutes that you could easily do in around half an hour to maybe 45 minutes max. What do you think of this video of me covering my workouts and talking in depth about my exercise choices and my technique choices, and generally about my training and my fitness journey? What do you think? Comment down below. I would love to see what you have to say down there. And if you want more videos like this where I cover my workouts or anything about fragrances, grooming, style, fashion, skincare, fitness, watches, then make sure to subscribe to the Men's Improvement YouTube channel. I think you will love it here. The last few things I want to ask you gentlemen is to smile more because it's free, and I want you to watch these two videos right here. This one here below is going to be my latest upload, whereas this one up here is going to be the YouTube algorithm thinks you will enjoy.